Yesterday I went to court for curfew violation 92-N in Seabright, New Jersey. I got fined $1,000. I have an option to appeal this. And in order to appeal this, I need to pay $200 that I will never get back. At least $200, I'm sorry. More energy, more blood. And this is so frustrating. I wanted to yesterday have a preparation of my account of why I was in violation of this stupid thing. And I kind of assumed, or I was hopeful, that just coming to court and having the judge put his eyes on me and to see that I'm not a criminal, I'm not a bad person, I was not there committing acts of callous or malice. In all honesty, in retrospect, I should have postponed this thing and been properly more prepared. I failed at that. I was not properly prepared to defend myself, and they just took advantage of me. That's normal in court. Reading over the appeal packet, which I was fortunate that one of the workers at the court gave to me, the first line, the first sentence of this packet says, "The court system is often complicated and confusing." Why is it complicated and confusing? Why? I feel like I'm getting punished because I'm curious, because I use my imagination. That's not right. I was thinking about this yesterday, that this fine of $1,000 is the work of the treacherous. This is the work of treachery and oppression. There is absolutely no reason to fine me $1,000 for something like this. Just because I wanted to see the damage of my eyes. I wanted to understand what was happening. I wanted to look at the stars. I took a seashell from the beach. I should have brought the seashell and shown it to the judge. Am I being punished because I took a seashell from the beach? I have to prepare. If I do this appeal, I need to prepare a presentation. I need to give this a lot more thought and research. I can't find the grounds for what the intent of this thing is. Because if the intent, you can assume, well, it's a state of emergency. Well, every day is a state of emergency in America. Every single day in America, it is a state of emergency. We're at war with whatever. Everything. Drugs, rape, violence, gangs, mafia, countries, the Middle East, terrorism. What makes today any different than yesterday or tomorrow? Well, but I would imagine the average person would think that it's important to have a curfew violation so the police can go out, do what they need to do, and make sure everybody's safe. Well, why should we even be allowed to leave our homes if that's the case? Think about how safe the world would be if no one's ever allowed to leave their home. If we don't have the right of privacy, if we don't have the right of the right of privacy. Police officer can come in here, look around, whatever, and then just leave. Can you just imagine that type of setting that exists in places of the world that type of setting, that type of action, that type of public policy. There's no reason to find me. There's none. None whatsoever. This is just a gimmick to raise tax revenue. I mean, it's the only explanation. I mean, you can argue it could be a danger to the homeowners, but after the fact, and this, I'm not. I'm an asset to homeowners. I respect home ownership. I respect private ownership. I don't steal from people. I don't rape people. I don't murder people. So why punish me? This is driving me insane though, because I can live past this. I can ignore this. I can pay this fine, and I can live past this. And I'll figure out my way. But for all the other people, you can't just shit on people like this. This is just you spit on people when you do something like this. One moment. You take this document, Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and then you just burn it. This is what happens here. People just took this and they burned it, and then they came up with this system. You can't trust government. You cannot, people rely on government. You're not supposed to rely on government at all. You're supposed to question it. You're supposed to challenge it. Who's out there watching the police to make sure the police are not stealing from the people? Who's there watching the people, whatever in government who are working on behalf of the government to make sure they're not stealing from the people? Make sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing. The government, the judge, the problem understanding why I was there at 3 a.m. in the morning. I think he would have liked if he would have preferred me to be at home drinking beer, watching football, and eating McDonald's. Why am I there at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, I don't know. Some people do these types of things. They like to think about things. They like to use their imagination. They like to live. I was not found guilty. I accepted the guilt for this violation, but and indeed I did violate curfew, but it is of no merit. It's meaningless. It's just without any absolute merit. It caused no harm. There's no. Say what if, and what if I saw a police officer raping somebody at this time? What if I saw a police officer robbing a house at this time? That's what you can't do what if, because what if something were to happen really well in the midst of the police officer taking the time to pull you over and issue this citation, which he should not have even been out there, or the police officer should have been doing more important things with his time. Well, what if I were to see a police officer rob somebody? There's no one there to help. Everybody's at home. Part of me feels that all the real Americans are long dead or are off fighting in the war, whatever war we're in. Is that why soldiers die? So I could be oppressed? So I could be told what to do, how to do, what to do and how to do it. To conform to normalcy as opposed to reform. I think my only mistake was I need to spend some money and make a presentation and have little posters to explain everything. But my only mistake was that I decided to take a side street for a moment to just look around at the houses that had no electricity and that sat along the Jersey shoreline. So basically, I think they had a private beach area for themselves. And I wanted to see what was happening. It was just pitch dark. And there was a lot of debris, and you could see that the garage doors were boarded up with plywood, and some of the doors were boarded up with plywood. And I suspected that all the windows were already changed and fixed. Just by the examination of it, looked like they were all brand new windows. Because I was simply passing through. I was driving somewhere. That was that mistake. The second mistake was not having a PDA card or some sort of a special card that allows me to get away with things that other people get away with on a daily basis just because their uncle or whatever or whoever is a judge or member of government or a police officer. They don't play by the same rules that the average person plays by. This is nothing, these things that people get. There's no crime most of the time. They're just done to raise tax revenue. Especially considering that I would think that at least half the time, most people get these things out of simple, honest mistake that causes no harm to society, and they get punished for it. You can't punish people like this. They didn't do anything wrong. It's not right. I don't know how to argue that. I don't know how to argue morality or ethics. Because then some smug prosecutor is going to be blah 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 blah, who has no sense of morality or right and wrong. Who takes pleasure in it. I was hoping that the judge would be an arbitrator, given that it was a new time for me, a neutral arbitrator. But it's often that I think people find themselves going to court to find out that the police are with the prosecutor or with the judge. And it's you verse 3. We have an interesting federal ideal. Is that we have 3 forms of branches. And within the 3 forms of branches, you have people. And each of these 3 branches battle each other in order to preserve the person who's within them. You see, legislation attempts to pass laws that the executive branch, the president or the governor, could simply say, this is bad, and get rid of. Or the judge or the judicial branch could say, no, this is bad law, and vice versa. Some things that the judicial branch passes, the legislation can go and attempt to undo or to reform or to change, to modify. But this idea seems to be absent from local and county government at all. Maybe even state government, maybe even federal government. But it's there, this idea, this ideal. It's all here written in this book. In retrospect, maybe I should not have just even admitted guilt to this thing. I just fought it. What sucks the most is that people find themselves in these types of situations on a daily basis, and there's absolutely no one to turn to. No one. You have to do this all by yourself. And you have to pay. You have to pay out of pocket for these things. You have to pay to fight for your own dignity and respect. And while all of this happens, there is a growing number of dissidents within America that are plotting and building up to simply just overthrow the entirety of this barbaric government. Yet I still find some, it's very little that I have, some hope and some energy that, and belief that I would be able to do something in this regard, so people don't have to live like dogs and rats, consumers. This is the state of New Jersey versus Oleg. The state did this to me. I highly doubt that it was the state. About this too. I don't know. The thing is, I don't want to be some clever. I see the loopholes. I don't want to take these stupid loopholes to kind of kind of get away with this, because there's nothing to get away from. I don't need to use these stupid loopholes within these stupid laws to get myself. It shouldn't have even happened. I should have maybe given this thing, appeared court, wasted my day being there. Maybe the judge ordered me a couple of hours of community service so I could understand the challenges that the police are having. If so, they are having challenges of I guess astronomical unprecedented. I don't know. This is why I prefer to start writing now as opposed to doing this, because I could think about what I say, change the words, because maybe I might misuse a word. Simply because I should, I'm hate this because I shouldn't have been there. Why shouldn't I have been there? I'll figure it out.